Sometimes fans can get just as invested in celebrities and their relationships as we do in relationships that happen on screen, and there are times that they are just as fake too. There have been loads of celebs that have been in relationships just as publicity stunts. Some of these are going to blow your minds. Can you guess some of the names that will be on this list? Let's see if you're right. Drake and Jennifer Lopez. Fans were going crazy when it seemed like these two were getting together. It would be a match made in hip-hop heaven. They were regularly seen in public together, and then Drake even went to some of her shows. It seemed like everywhere you looked, they were there. And then they even posted some seriously sweet-looking photos together. People were excited, until the news broke that it was all a sham to get fans to take notice of them. They were actually working on music together, and they wanted to build hype around the surrounding project. Instead, their fans felt a little duped, and no one liked the feeling. Taylor Swift and Tom Hiddleston. Okay, so this has never been confirmed, and in fact, Tom himself has denied the relationship was just for show, but this was such a mind-blowing whirlwind that no one could completely take the relationship seriously. They were supposedly in love, going on what many of us thought of as a publicity tour of their relationship. For two stars that have both had some really private relationships, the paparazzi sure did get a lot of pictures of them together, and if you take into account how it all played out, in such a short while, it becomes even less believable. They were seen walking on the beach with family, they were seen holding hands and kissing, and there was even that famous I Heart TS shirt that Tom was seen wearing. It was wild, and people just didn't buy it. But why would such famous celebrities want to do something like that? Well, rumor has it that Tom Hiddleston really wanted to be the next Bond, and Taylor really wanted to be a Bond girl. Neither got their way, and the relationship fizzled out just as quickly as it had started. It has been a few years, and still it has been one of the craziest relationships on this list. Vanessa Hudgens and Zac Efron. They were probably the teen it couple of their time. High School Musical was a massive franchise for Disney, so when the two stars of the show started dating in real life, fans lost it. Who didn't want to believe in a real-life version of Troy and Gabriella? It seemed like a real-life fairy tale, and many of us were rooting for them. Then the last movie came out, and soon after that, Vanessa Hudgens and Zac Efron broke up. That gave fans a pause, and they started to wonder if it wasn't some sort of long-term publicity stunt. Now, it shouldn't be said that they were both super young when they started out, and it is easy to fall in love in those circumstances. Then after they stopped filming the High School Musical movies, both of them were pretty busy and life took them in different directions. It is plausible that they could have had a real relationship, but then recently more and more former Disney stars have spoken out about the insane contracts they had and how every aspect of their lives and behavior was controlled by the contracts, even their relationships. And as soon as fans heard, the rumors started to run rampant that Zac and Vanessa were forced to fake a relationship by their contracts. I guess we'll never know for sure. Shawn Mendes and Camila Cabello. I'm sorry, I know this one might be too soon for fans since Shawn Mendes and Camila Cabello have just broken up officially, but pretty much since the moment they got together, there have been rumors that their entire relationship was completely fake. The two of them have been friends for years. Camila was dating a dating coach, and when they broke up, she and Shawn started to work on their song Señorita. They made the sexy music video, and soon they were hinting that they might be together. And then they made it official with a lot of public displays of affection, and I do mean a lot. They were seen making out anywhere you can even think of making out, on stage, on strange pandemic walks, and even in some water. It was pretty mind-blowing, and we didn't believe it for a second. Still, they were together for a while, so most of us started to think that we might have been wrong. They have done loads of interviews alone and together, saying that they believe that they could see a future together and they were the one for each other. But now they have released a joint statement saying that they have broken up, but they would always love each other and remain best friends, just like they started. Then Shawn Mendes released a new song, It'll Be Okay. That is obviously a breakup song talking about their so-called relationship. How many of these relationships do you think were actually real? Let me know in the comment section what you think about them. Next up, we have iconic couples that might just have been completely fake. Let's see who makes it onto the list. Kristen Stewart and Robert Pattinson. Twilight might have been even a bigger hit than High School Musical, and fans were possibly even more invested in Edward and Bella and the actors who played them. Fans were really rooting for Kristen Stewart and Robert Pattinson, but their movie was huge and the relationship gave the movies even more publicity. But then came those photos of Kristen with Rupert Sanders that confirmed that she was cheating. The only thing is that there were those that believed that it wasn't really cheating at all, that she probably wasn't really dating Pattinson because it was just a publicity stunt. I could understand why many would believe that. The couple just really never seemed super happy together. And now that we have seen both with other people, we know that they can actually look happy with other people, but it is still one that many people won't ever believe was actually a fake relationship. Even now, there's some people who believe that the breakup was the only thing that was faked. There are those that still believe they might be together even now. Chad Michael Murray and Sophia Bush. This might not have started as an entirely fake relationship, but it sounds like there was a massive amount of pressure for the couple to get together while they were on One Tree Hill. They spoke highly of each other at the time and very quickly got married, but then their marriage started falling apart just as quickly too. And then they still had to continue working together on the show. It might not have been a complete fake, but it wasn't entirely natural either. And afterwards, even Sophia Bush had said that they should never have gotten married, and she also strongly seemed to imply that they were pushed into the marriage and were too young to stand up and fight against it. The couple doesn't even speak to each other anymore. It is actually pretty sad, and it would be even sadder if they really were a couple of kids that were forced to get married for publicity. Emma Stone and Andrew Garfield. I must admit, if this one was actually really a fake relationship, it will hurt me just a little bit. Emma Stone and Andrew Garfield met on the set of The Amazing Spider-Man, and they played love interest in the movie, Peter Parker and Gwen Stacy. They look so cute together, and they are each other's biggest cheerleaders. Even after After they broke up and were both involved in separate projects, they rooted for each other. They were both doing the award circuit, each up for a bunch of different awards, and each time Emma actually won, it was Andrew that was the first person on his feet cheering her on. But that could all be because they've stayed friends, since they might never have dated in the first place. Their relationship lasted until their film franchise did, and after they went their separate ways. They could definitely just have been trying to get more viewers for their movies, but I really hope that it isn't the case. They were really cute together. Kim Kardashian and Chris Humphries. This is another relationship that has been in doubt since the moment that it started right up in the moment that it ended. And since it ended so quickly, people doubted its authenticity even more. At the time, there was a lot of talk about the marriage between the two being a publicity stunt, and that Kim and her family arranged the marriage just to get more viewers for their show. But as many of them have pointed out, Chris Humphries was way less famous at the time. So why would Kim use him? It was a bit of a mess, and since the marriage only lasted 72 days, it was easy to understand why people were skeptical. Are there any other celebrity relationships that you think could be publicity stunts? Let me know in the comments. Thanks for watching!